Hi, everybody. We're back. And
Hello.
it's 2022. You made it. Came out more bittersweet than I was intending, but we're going to start this video off with an anti-sponsor. The anti-sponsor for this video is Chase Banking.
Yeah, thanks, Chase.
Too many overdraft fees, you don't care about your customers, and also, when we closed our credit card, you still charged us anyway.
Yeah, so now I have to make a bunch of phone calls I don't want to make.
And that's why you made it onto the anti-sponsor list. Nobody sign up for Chase. Don't go. It's a bad company.
Try Chase. It's one of the largest banks in the country. If you can't avoid it, I understand, but at least we can all hate it together.
So if there's been one thing that has carried us through the last 2 years of being completely shut into our homes, it's movies.
Yeah, no, I've watched more movies in the last 2 years than I've watched in my life, actually.
Movies have changed over the last 2 years, right? We have faster access to them. They get released straight to streaming services now. But the good news is there have always been people who can tell you what you should and shouldn't watch.
So the site is called KidsinMind. It's actually something that my parents used to use when I was a kid.
No way.
Because I grew up a very sheltered Christian boy. And
did they use this one specifically?
I don't remember if this was still the one that was around in like early 2000s or if it was a different one or if there's been multiple ones. But the gist of the site is that parents can go describe in great detail everything that is in any movie you could ever hope to watch. And that way you as a parent can protect your child's fragile, mushy brain from whatever horrible non-Christian values happen to be in them.
I have my own personal story about this as well. This site was introduced to me when I was a full-grown adult by my Christian boyfriend who would filter any movie through, not this site, but a very similar site, would filter any movie through said site to determine whether or not it was something we would be allowed to watch or if it was too inappropriate. So
that's a fun thing to do as an adult couple.
Now that being said,
make sure you're not going to get tainted.
Did they make exceptions for Deadpool? Yes, and we're no longer together. So
the idea that you would look up the bad things are in Deadpool just so you could go, that seems okay for me, and then go watch Deadpool.
I watched an entire group of adult men leave a room, I think because there was a topless woman on scene. And I watched all of those said men eventually go to Deadpool later. So
Christians are weird.
You know what? That's not the point of the video. We're going to run you through this comprehensive, easy-to-understand website so that you can use it in the future, too. So let's start with the classic.
Okay.
What do you got in mind?
Any Spider-Man anything I'm curious about.
That's
I
a
don't
good
even
idea.
know which movie.
It's a good
the
idea.
First Tobey Maguire movie. How about that one? But you know why I'm curious? Because it was the first PG-13 movie I ever watched.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man 2002.
There we go. Yeah.
The rankings are broken down by 3 different categories: sex and nudity, violence and gore, and language. Now, if those sound extremely vague, it's because they are.
High numbers are bad, is what I'm getting.
High numbers are fun.
Right. High numbers are a lot of whatever the thing is. So if you're looking for a good time, you want all 10s. So Spider-Man has a sex and nudity rating of 3, a violence and gore of 6, and a language of 3.
Let's theorize what we think those things are.
Okay, I'm going to try to remember. So
I don't remember this movie at all.
Spoilers for Spider-Man from 2002. Willem Dafoe gets stabbed by his own glider.
That's violent.
That's violent. There's not really gore.
There's no, gushing.
Yeah. I guess it's violence and or gore, though. That's the category is more, right? So, it doesn't mean...
Gore for the drippy spider bite, definitely.
I don't think there's a...
It swells to a big rock-sized boil. You don't remember that?
No. I'm trying to think of anything else that's like that it would stand out, though. How is Sex and Nudity 3? I guess he stands in front of the mirror all buff after he gets his spider powers. That's probably included.
Well, I will safely say that I don't remember anything about this movie except for a meme Ricky sent me 2 weeks ago. So there is at least equal language to sex and nudity.
Yeah, which is interesting. That's probably a damn.
All right, jumping straight into sex and nudity, probably the more interesting parts of all of these.
Okay, yeah.
It says, Spider-Man and a young woman kiss passionately. A young man and woman kiss, and a young man tries to kiss a young woman's cheek.
There is the upside down spider kiss. That is the whole. That probably added all 3 points right there.
Is that sex or is that nudity?
Both. Half of his face is uncovered.
In other serious news, photographs of women in bikini bottoms with their arms covering their boobs hang on a man's hang on a man's office wall.
I don't remember that at all.
We see a young man bare-chested a couple times, and another man is bare-chested, so
There
you
you go.
nailed that one.
Got that part.
A young woman's top gets soaked, and we can see the outline of her nipples.
Oh, okay. I do remember that. That's where the 3 points came from.
No.
That was probably like, in the kiss scene, for some reason they just didn't give Kirsten Dunst a bra because you could get away with that in 2002, and it's just so in your face.
Honestly, bummer. I will say the way that they format this makes it sound like that was the whole movie. Just like something about reading it like a big giant checkoff list of all of the million things that could be in it.
I know.
Sort of makes it feel way worse than I remember seeing it as a young child and never once recognizing the specific scene she's talking about.
That's kind of the problem I have with it, is that like the people looking for this are like so much more affected by that than I am.
No.
Like,
it's an infallible website. All right, violence and gore, 6 out of 10.
Okay,
pretty hefty.
That's pretty high.
Out of 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, think of the most violent movie ever. That would be a 10.
That's claiming that's more violent than 60% of all movies.
Is that what it is? Is that what it's claiming? I'm not good
based
with math.
on the way this website is reviewed. I mean, I'm sure they're not actually comparing, but that's what they're,
All right.
according to their scoring system.
All right, a man is killed by being impaled and pinned to a wall. We see his mouth full of blood.
Oh. That's the thing.
I don't remember that like sticking, but that's okay. Gas fills a tank where a man is strapped to a table. The man convulses, his eyes go white, he screams and eventually appears to die.
Is that him turning into the Green Goblin? Because that was spooky. He did. I mean, that's Willem Dafoe acting crazy, which I can understand. That needs its own category. Willem Dafoe general presence.
Oh, the Green Goblin holds a
8
dangling
stars.
gondola filled with children by the cable and a young woman by the throat over the side of a bridge and drops them both. No one can watch this. This sounds like a horrible movie.
I know, the way these get described
terrible.
makes them sound like... Can you imagine writing this out for an Avengers movie?
No! Stop!
Are they documenting every punch?
A wounded man on a stretcher says, "I can't feel my legs." My legs.
My leg. The young man who will become Spider-Man tests his spider powers by climbing sheer walls, spraying webs, jumping and swinging across rooftops.
One big swing sends him crashing into a wall. These are professional writers, I feel like. This isn't just like a parent. It can't be.
Like, if they just wrote he swings and crashes into a wall, you'd be like, what does that mean? You'd be like, he shoots webs. Like, oh.
Of course!
Yeah, okay, I get it. That is violent.
More violent than just regular crashing into a wall.
Right.
So, it makes sense. I'm a little bit confused because it's definitely more than double the size of the sex and nudity and language, but it's only double in points.
That's
like that,
true.
it's like...
So it's not just quantity, it's the quality of the violence.
At least this much violence and gore. And then the sex and nudity is about this much. I don't know why I can't do my hands anymore. This much. Language 3, there are 3 words that could be muffled F words during unintelligible shouting is very unclear. 3 anatomical terms, 4 mild obscenities, and 8 religious exclamations.
8 religious exclamations is great. But also the best part is there are 3 words that could be muffled F words. I'm just picturing that Leonardo DiCaprio gif of like, ooh, go back. That was one. That was like how many times do you think they watch each movie to collect these lists?
Substance use, a man is shown drinking alcohol, horrendous, hide the children. Discussion topics, superheroes and supervillains, genetic design, jealousy, madness, hearing voices, split personality, slander, and libel.
Okay, discussion topics is going to be my new favorite category.
That's a pretty good one, actually.
In case you don't want your children knowing about genetic design.
What about madness?
Oh my god, the message. With great power comes great responsibility.
That's the message of the movie.
I want to look at all these just to see what the takeaway message is from the people who write these lists. That's going to be the best part.
It is, absolutely. Okay, the way this is going to go from here on out.
Okay.
I'm going to pick a movie.
Okay.
You're going to pick a movie. Based on a little bit of the descriptions and ultimately something like the message, we have to guess what the movie is.
Oh, that could be good. Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. Let's
you
do
like
that.
that?
Okay, this will be a fun one.
Okay.
Okay, so here are some of the highlights. From the sex and nudity category, we have a young man seen passionately kissing another man. A young man kisses a teenage girl on the cheek. 3 young men are seen lying in a bed together, and 4 young men are later seen lying in a bed together in a non-sexual way.
They said that?
Yes.
But was the 3 sexual?
They didn't specify that it wasn't.
What does this movie full of men laying in beds together with each other in sometimes sexual and sometimes non-sexual ways.
A young man turns on a light, and we hear another young man shouting for him to turn off the light, and the young man might have seen another young man's genitals. Moving on to violence and gore.
This is a porn.
A young man draws a sword, and he and a young man fight. So many young men. A teenage girl attacks a young woman with 2 large knives, and they fight. A young man uses an unseen force to lift another young man off the ground, squeeze his neck, and throw him against a wall. He then lifts him up and punches him, sending him flying through the air. He is airborne for over a minute.
So this is a superhero movie of some kind. We've seen a lot of those.
Yeah.
Which one do they all land in bed together?
I'm making it a little bit hard by skipping the obvious ones.
Can you at least tell me the points that are listed in each one?
This movie has a sex and nudity score of 5, a violence and gore of 6, and a language of 6.
Oh my god. I'm trying to think of any Marvel movie where they all lay in bed together, but I don't think that happens. It's definitely a movie, not a show.
It is a movie, yeah. Okay, so down to discussion topics.
Okay, this is it. I
Are
got this.
jealousy, comic books made into movies, video game-like violence, coming of age, dating younger people, how to build a loving relationship. That's very nice of them.
I know what it is.
What is it?
It's Scott Pilgrim.
Yes.
I knew men laying in bed with other men had to be the qualifier because that doesn't happen. It was either that or Snow White.
I keep thinking, like, I typed it in
going
going
had
like...
enough men in Snow White.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a lot of men in Snow White and there's beds, so that's
I was
the only
like, she's going to guess this immediately. I started reading some of the descriptions. I was like, she's not getting this. There's no way. If you describe this movie this way, no one's going to know what you're talking about.
What's the message?
The message is sometimes you have to overcome mighty obstacles to have a happy relationship.
Wow.
Pretty sure that's on the DVD box, actually.
Wow. I got it.
You did. You got it. I'm proud of you. This is the correct way to do this. Okay, do me now.
Okay. I have a movie for you. This has a sex and nudity rating of 7, a violence and gore rating of 1, and a language rating of 6.
I'm leaning rom-com or something.
A man and woman hug and kiss, and a man and woman kiss in several scenes. Several. A girl kisses a boy on a cheek. Man and woman are seen on the set of a pornographic movie.
That's a bit more explicit. They don't elaborate on that kind of stuff, though. They go into such explicit detail.
Woman wears outfit that reveals cleavage and bare thighs.
Oh, how dare she.
Men and women dance at a party. 2 men talk about the events of a bachelor party. A man makes crude remarks about a young woman. And there are flirtatious and sexually suggestive remarks made between characters.
So far, this is 95% of American media, so it doesn't really narrow it down just yet.
Okay, so violence score rating of 1.
Okay.
A man swings at a woman. There is a funeral. And another man says, I could have him murdered.
Okay.
Language, there are 11.
That's it? That's the whole violence list?
That's it. It's a 1. Language, there are 11 F words, 11 sexual references, 15 scatological terms, 10 anatomical terms, 13 mild obscenities, 17 religious exclamations. People are shown drinking alcohol.
Oh, so it's non-violent.
It's non-violent.
But it's very offensive in every other possible way.
It's the most offensive thing I've read on here in a while.
I don't know if I could show this to my child. I don't know, I still don't got it. Move on to the themes.
Santa hat adorned nipples.
That feels like it should tell me exactly what the movie is, but it does not.
Here are the discussion topics.
Okay.
This is it. Death of a spouse, death of a parent, step-parenting, politics, American power and foreign policy, biracial marriage, and infidelity.
Is this Love Actually? Okay.
Love Actually is Kyle and I's favorite rom-com movie. One of the couples is they're both porn actors.
Right, that's
really forget about that.
I've had that in my head since you said that, but I just wasn't sure. I was looking for confirmation the whole time, but since you said that part, I haven't gotten anything else. Yeah. This was my mistake. I said this is literally all American media, but violence was 1, which makes it English.
Yes.
If everything else is at max, but violence is at 0, it's an English production.
All right. We've played the game. It was a good one. Feel free to pull this out at your parties. I highly recommend it.
You could do the short version. You could do just the discussion topics. That's where we both end up getting it usually, because it's like, what movie has all of these things in it?
Yeah.
So if you had to guess which movie this website rated all 10s, what is your best guess on maximum sex and nudity, maximum violence and gore, and maximum language?
Okay, I have what I think is the winner.
Okay.
And I've thought about this before because I dislike this movie so much and it's on my brain. that I wouldn't even recommend adults see it for these reasons, because of the sex and nudity, language, and violence. And my vote is Deadpool. 10s all the way across. It's a good vote.
That seems reasonable.
It's a good vote.
Yeah. You sure it's not just because your ex-boyfriend was using it to research Deadpool that one time?
Maybe Deadpool. Maybe I mean Deadpool 2. But I mean, there was a I was gonna say a full grown man's genitals, but it's actually a child's. You know what? Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. No. Deadpool's definitely up there. That makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, you got close.
I did get close. With an 8, 8, 10.
Wow. All right, so language is maxed out at 10. Sex and nudity and violence and gore are almost there.
All right, but let's just go to the themes on these because we don't have all the time in the world. So we'll go down.
Show this scrolling.
Oh my God.
Wait, what? How many?
Always
84 F words.
Someone goes through and counts.
I know. I worry for this man's soul, the one who's going through and counting.
I'm cracking up at the 9 religious exclamations and then them listing them as, oh my God, oh God, God, Jesus, Jesus Christ, and I swear to God.
Yeah, why did they list it off on this one?
All right, okay. All right, so discussion topics. Army, dishonorable discharge, special forces, cancer, mutant, superhero, villains, abuse of power, personal appearance, clandestine
services.
Do you know what that means?
Could be referring to like prostitution or mercenaries. They're both in the movie.
Oh, okay. International crime, murder, illegal arms sale, anger, determination, courage, sacrifice, strip clubs. That's a whatever. Relationships, love, friendship, vengeance, and justice. Anyone can be a superhero for a short time when necessary.
That's the message of Deadpool.
That's we got close, but we didn't quite get there.
8, 8, 10 is pretty good. Let's try 300. I'm curious.
Right, let's give it a go.
If I were recommending the 2, I definitely would say 300 was not as bad. So I'm curious if they feel the same way.
I'm shocked. Does it max out on any of them?
Wow, that's actually not. That's
okay.
Way off.
So 300 is a 692. They must not say a single bad word.
I guess they don't.
I didn't even think about it.
I just kind of assumed they were the whole time because they gave off that vibe.
It's war, right?
Even violence isn't at 10. Wow, way to go, 300.
You know what?
Way to go being kind of appropriate for
I think
children.
It's a different writer.
That's the thing. It's got to be, right? No one person is writing all of these, which means it's subjective every time, too. So the scales don't match.
So the message is trust reason before faith. Duty should be placed above all else, including life. See, I feel like that was a subjective message.
That's not what I got from the movie.
That wasn't what I was... All right.
I mean, I can see getting that from the movie, but there are other things, too.
All right. I'm rushing us out of here. Let's try
Fight
Club.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's do Fight Club as a bonus.
Real fast.
Wow.
All right.
We found our...
We have a double 10.
Yeah, this beats out Deadpool.
So we have a 7, 10, 10. That's amazing to me, honestly.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect that. So this is what a 10 violence and gore movie looks like.
Hang on. Let's just take a nice leisurely scroll down this page. Huh?
Okay.
Just enjoy the moment. It wasn't even that long, actually.
No, I know. That movie, according to the site, Fight Club is more violent than 300. So if you ever get in an argument, you have evidence.
It says nearly 80 F words.
That's more than Deadpool.
The poor man and or woman sitting there like...
Nearly 80.
Steve, how many is that? How many is that at this point? 57.
Discussion topics. Fighting. Brilliant. Great job, guys. Great job. Thanks for writing this.
Support groups, cancer, insomnia, consumerism, underground hate groups, cults, group mentality, identity crisis, doppelganger, psychology of power. But what is the message of Fight Club? Tell us, Kyle.
Well, apparently it's that we need to honestly confront our own demons in order to figure out who we are, who we want to become, and how to take control of our lives.
That was safe.
Before I watched it, all I knew about it was soap.
It's actually just a movie about men who make soap. It's a boss babe movie about having a small startup business on Etsy.
As a spinoff of this, I'd love to watch the TV edits of movies that max out all the bars on this site.
Oh, totally. Okay, well, I think we failed at finding our 10, 10, 10.
We got close.
We got real damn close. We'll leave it to you guys to find it and let us know in the comments what it is.
It's worth a laugh. Go take a look. It's pretty great.
We thoroughly enjoyed it. We wanted to introduce you guys to this had you not been already frequenting it for your own needs.
So to be honest, like I don't have kids, but if I did, it might be worth having this only because I know that these people are insane and they have not missed a thing. So if I really want to know what's in a movie before I show it to my kid, I know it's gonna be in here.
I don't think this gives a proper understanding of the movie. Like,
No.
I watched Matrix as a kindergartner on accident, and I turned out fine, probably. And I know it wouldn't have landed well on this site. I'm just saying that, like,
No, I know.
you know, I don't know.
You breaking it down into only these lists definitely makes these movies sound like I would. No, that's a good point. In a different era, I probably would never let my kid watch any movie.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I grew up not watching any movies.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, because just looking at it right here, you've got Hotel Transylvania coming into 331. That means Hotel Transylvania, in terms of violence, is half as bad as Spider-Man.
Right, the scale is important here.
And it's not conveying, you know? I'm not a fan. I'm a fan for fun. I think it's a good party trick, but otherwise, I think I'll just ruin my kid's life instead, because I'm not having any of this.
Okay, as one more thing.
All right.
Just a random thought I had. I just want you to guess, is Midsummer better or worse than Fight Club?
Let's see. Drugs, alcohol, worse.
It technically has a lower score on language. And then equals Fight Club on the other ones. So you're better off showing your kids Midsummer than Fight Club?
No.
And on that
No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Well, all right. Now
Thanks
we have
for
to
watching.
go decompress. Mad props to the writers on this.
Yeah, no, they're dedicated.
Genuinely interesting. I could scroll through this all day with my friends and family. I hope you guys enjoy it. In other news, directly related to our channel, I'm hoping to find another way to actually like connect and communicate with people about the channel. I don't know if that's going to be like a Twitter account or an Instagram account. I'm just hoping for another way to actually just ask you guys questions, take polls, that kind of stuff. That's separate from the already existing Door Monster Discord. Might just do our own Discord where you can join. Otherwise, if you like our content, please feel free to go to our coffee page. Is it coffee? Is that
buymeacoffee.com.
Buy Me a Coffee.
In the description, you can just do a one-time donation, or you can sign up to donate monthly if you like our content enough.
This is our alternative to Patreon, because why not? You know, it has the right
To
vibes.
money people.
It's
Yeah,
got the right vibes.
exactly.
Buy Me a Coffee, Cottage
The
Chaos,
actual
Cottage.
reason is that we already had it set up, and I wasn't going to go set up something else. So.
And also, we're probably going to buy coffee more than anything.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
we
keeps
do
us going.
Buy coffee, so you will actually be helping us.
You buy coffee,
fund
we
our
drink coffee, we have energy to do this.
Right.
Otherwise, God knows. Anyway, thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
Yeah, this was fun.
And we'll
be back
see-
in a couple weeks, hopefully, with another video.
Hopefully, yeah. We'll see you on the next video.
Bye.
Bye.